y'all, man. Make sure I give you a thumbs up. Make sure I go to my second channel. How's y'all Friday going so far? By the time y'all see this, it's probably gonna be about 4. I don't know. Probably an hour after I get done doing this. But I was just doing that chapter video, bro. I'm so high, bro. I had to realize, bro, I already did this video before, but it was on somebody else's channel. So we on here, and I know I ain't did this because I don't mean these people don't even look for me. So let's go ahead and get started that chapter on this beautiful Friday. Make sure I give you a thumbs up. And also, I know we do Mr. Bar coming on Saturdays, but we might do it Sunday because I got another video I gotta do on tomorrow. So y'all rock with me, man. We're gonna get started.
To Hong Kong and to Abby Choi Tin Fung and the absolutely incredible life that she led.
I'm done.
Abby was born in 1994, the eldest of 3 girls, and into a very wealthy family who had acquired said wealth, through their business deals throughout China. China, it's a very booming country at the moment, and her family, they worked in the construction industry, so that would pay a pretty penny. She came from a privileged background, and she was very, very pretty, so it's not entirely surprising that she would go on to be a model. And, as of early 2023, it seems like she was on the road, to stardom. However, approximately 10 years ago, when Abby was 18 years of age, she married a man who was the same age as her, an Alex Kwong, the son of a former police sergeant named Cao Kwong. Though it seems like his dad, Cao Kwong, resigned from the Hong Kong Police Department in disgrace around 2005 after allegedly being involved in some kind of sexual assault. Together, Abby and Alex, they would have 2 children together, the first of which, a son, was born when Abby was 18 years of age. Now, Abby and the Kwong family, they were extremely close. How long exactly they knew each other is unknown, but it seems like they must have been family friends or something, because, once they got married, Alex and Abby got married, Abby would treat the Kwong family as if they were her own family, completely. She was with them all the time. They became super, super close together. For example, Anthony Kwong, Alex's brother, he would go into business with Abby. Together, they would run a pancake stall, and he would also be her personal driver for a time. And though the marriage of Abby and Alex, it would only last 4 years, they would divorce in 2016, they would still remain really, really close. Abby would still, even though they were her, ex-family now, she still treated them as if they were her family. And Abby would continue to support the lavish lifestyle all the Kwongs led, especially Alex. Abby, as I said, she came from a wealthy family, and her own career, it had a steeply, upward trajectory. She was worth over $10 million herself.
I would have stayed with her.
Now, Alex, it's been reported that he was unemployed, and in fact, it's also been reported that he had his own troubles with the police, so whether that's what led to their divorce, it's possible. He was allegedly in the gold investment business, but was allegedly kind of more of a snake oil salesman, and had apparently defrauded people out of $1 million. And he also had some sizable debts of his own, which, Abby wasn't paying them off, so that could have been exactly what led to them splitting up. And Abby would later go on to marry a man named Chris Tam, who himself came from his family, they owned a chain of restaurants in Hong Kong. So, socialite Abby was en route to becoming an extremely successful model. She appeared, on the cover of L'Officiel Monaco, in Paris Fashion Week, Vogue, Elle, Harper's Bazaar. So, on one hand, you have this rich, beautiful, generous socialite who seems like would help out anybody. And then, on the other hand, you have this entire family, the Kwong family, who maybe were a little bit shady, maybe had some skeletons in the closet, and they were essentially sponging off of her. This is literally Parasite, by the way, the Korean movie Parasite. This is the exact same plot of it. You got a rich family, you got a poor family who insert themselves into their life, who start sponging off them. One of them was even a driver, for God's sake. God damn. And they still remained close, even after Abby Choi remarried to this new guy, Chris Tam. There was even reports that they would all go on vacation together. Abby, her new husband Chris, and the Kwong family. She still had kids with them. They would all go off on holidays together. I guess she realized, she came from more than most and she wanted to share what she had. But you can see how this could all go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Abby had purchased an 1,800 square foot luxury apartment for the Kwong family and the 2 kids she had with Alex in one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in the city of Hong Kong. Now, Hong Kong, it's an extremely expensive city. Only New York City outranks it as the most expensive in the world. So when you hear exclusive in this city, think like Succession or something like exclusive.
I think about it when it comes to Hong Kong. I think about some whole other shit. I ain't never been to Hong Kong. Never been out the country yet. When I do, y'all gonna know because I'm gonna vlog the whole goddamn thing.
With a capital B, she was also at the same time as she bought this place for the Kwong family, her ex-family. She was also helping out her ex-brother-in-law, Anthony Kwong, purchase a house of his own. Too generous for your own good, kind of starts to come to mind. So Abby had this really fancy home for the Kwongs. It was worth over $9 million US. Now this apartment, this huge apartment, it was actually purchased.
I would have said, fuck the family. After we break up, fuck your family. On the whole street. Fuck your family. And I expect you to say fuck mine too.
In Cao Kwong's name, he's the elder member who was a former cop. And the reason it was purchased in his name was to avoid paying stamp duty, stamp tax. If you own more than one property, you have to pay extra stamp duty. So that was purchased and it was fully paid off in late 2019. Then at the end of 2022, early 2023, Abby decided she wanted to sell that place. After, they'd been living there for about over 4 years at this point. Abby said to the Kwongs, listen, I want to sell this place. But I promise you, I'll take care of you guys. I'll find you a new place to live. But this place I want to sell. I mean, after all, she bought the apartment. She paid for the whole damn thing. They were lucky to be living there. But they didn't, they weren't too keen on the idea of leaving this place. This led to a bitter dispute with the family that had been closer. Not so much anymore. Abby, though, she was going to sell it. And as long as she could prove that she had purchased the place with her own money, despite it being bought in somebody else's name, in the eyes of the law, it was legally hers. Yep. So, in reaction to this, the Kwong family began...
Is it like if the feds do a freeze on you, you feel me? If the feds do a freeze on you, it's still your money, that you brought. Even though you put it in other people's name. It's still, you feel me, like... oh, man.
An extremely gruesome and disturbing plan. In early February 2023, Cao Kwong, he rented an apartment in Tai Po, which is like it's like in a seaside village, quieter part of Hong Kong, a little bit less expensive. He rented a very small, cheap apartment there. He rented this place in his mistress's name, a masseuse named Young. Now I got a feeling that Cao Kwong is the kind of person who would have a...
I get it if y'all think the states have been neglecting you, but with this new program, they're actually coming.
Mistress and would not really give a shit if his wife found out. His wife was named Jennifer and Jenny, and Cao Kwong, I don't think he would give a shit if anybody knew. On February 21st, Anthony Kwong, remember Abby's personal driver, he drove to her home. Now, she lived in that same exclusive, wealthy neighborhood that she bought the place for the Kwongs. I guess she wanted to be, close to her children. So he drove to her house, picked her up, and was due to drive her to collect one of her children, her younger daughter. But that is not what happened. Now, Hong Kong, it's extremely mountainous, right? So to get from where Abby lived to downtown Hong Kong, you'd have to take a tunnel that goes under all those mountains. It appears that as they were driving through that tunnel, they stopped off at the side of the road where Alex Kwong, ex-husband, was waiting, and he got in that car. What happened next is unknown, nothing good, but Abby never arrived to pick up her daughter, and then that evening she was reported missing as her husband, Chris Tam, he couldn't contact her at all. When the police began looking for her, they initially went to Alex and Anthony, right? As you can imagine, Anthony would have been the last person to pick her up. And when they went to them to ask if they knew anything about what had happened to Abby, they tried to fend off the police with, the usual inconsistent, kind of cloudy stories, like, oh, maybe she did this. Oh, she went there. Actually, maybe she did this. Speaking to those two, however, led the police to that small apartment in Typo. The police thought that maybe she had been kidnapped, that they were holding her in that small apartment where they thought nobody else would find her. So they kicked down the door hoping that she might be okay. However, what they found can only be described as a horror show. Inside the apartment was completely empty of regular furniture. Instead, it appears that in the couple of weeks since the Kwongs had been renting that apartment, they had been turning it from an apartment into an abattoir. On the ground, covering the walls and the windows, plastic sheeting. They also found electric saws, a hammer, a meat grinder.
What the fuck in the Dexter is going on here? Because she said she wanted to sell her shit. She said that she was gonna fucking... She's better than me. She said that she was gonna get y'all another partner. She just wanted to sell that one. It could have been better than what the one she wanted y'all, what she had y'all living there, bro. Like, people so ungrateful, and y'all too grown to be having a female to be taking care of y'all, no matter, you know what I'm saying, the amount of money she have, like.
Along with face shields and a raincoat, as in things you might want to wear if you didn't want to get blood on you. They also found Abby's handbag right there. They then went over to the kitchen area, or what was left of it, and there was a fridge. Opening the fridge, they saw, stacked on the shelves, human legs, along with a couple of pots. They pulled out the pots, and looking through them from the top, they looked like some regular soup. They saw, broth, vegetables, carrots. What? They also saw what appeared to be minced meat. On the table just over there was a meat grinder, so at the bottom of that pot, human ribs and a skull. And in the skull, at the back of the skull was a hole, which police theorized there was a hammer right there, as in maybe when, they had been driving, they pulled over, there was Abby, Anthony, and Alex in the car. Maybe Alex, he had a hammer, and when Abby wasn't looking...
Oh, that's the head, okay? It's a skull, actually. It's no skin, or any meat on it. So basically it's a skull with hair, okay? And as I said, unfortunately, there's a hole on the right side rear on the skull. So we will do a thorough search again to find the torso and other parts of the missing body.
The police swiftly found and arrested Anthony Kwong, Kao Kwong, and Kao Kwong's wife, the mother, Jenny Lee. They would also arrest Young.
That's fucked up.
But not Alex Kwong, because they didn't know where he was. It would later turn out that Alex had immediately gone into hiding. He was in another luxury flat that was rented in Young's name, and he was laying low and planned to escape Hong Kong. He was arrested on a pier in southwest Hong Kong just as a speedboat, like James Bond, was waiting for him. And on him he had $60,000 and several luxury watches worth over $500,000 US. He was absolutely going on the run, and he had enough money to make it for a long ass time.
I would have
Two more people would be arrested also, and these were the two people who had helped organize this speedboat, which is to be Alex's getaway. So 7 people in total were arrested in connection with what happened to Abby Choi. Pleas have not yet been entered. They haven't pled, guilty or not guilty. They won't be entered until May. But despite all of this, in that gruesome apartment, they still haven't found all of Abby.
Officers from the Drainage Services Department arrived at the scene this afternoon. 2 samples to check for human skin consecutive. Kwong, who is the key suspect in the case, was previously seen there. Officers deployed inside the cemetery yesterday.
Kao and Anthony visited the day after Abby was last seen alive. So, 7 people in total were arrested in the gruesome murder of Abby Choi. Alex Kwong, her ex-husband, and likely the guy who dealt the killing blow, Anthony Kwong, who was the accomplice and was driving the car at the time and likely helped dispose of the body. Kao Kwong, her ex-father-in-law, who was also thought to have been the mastermind of the entire plot. Jenny Lee, her ex-mother-in-law, who's been charged with obstruction of justice. She knew about what was going on. Young, who helped rent some of the properties involved in the case. And then the two who tried to help Alex Kwong flee Hong Kong. This is a story of an incredible woman, generous to a fault, and her one-time family, who she still thought of as no for an answer. But that is the story, to date, anyway, of the model Abby Choi. It's pretty dark. But we will leave it there. Thank you so much for...
I know he do, I know that tried to do part 2. Because he did that one about the kids that, got attacked. In the morning time, I think it was like a female sorority house. And the dude came in and killed some of the females. And shit, he did an update. I seen an update too. It was on the news too. But that shit crazy. Hopefully we have an update, how many years they did this shit like that. Because they deserve it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just ungrateful people in this world, man. You can't take care of everybody. That's not your immediate family, you feel me? Something like that, don't do the whole family, but at least, if your baby father, if you feel bad for your baby father, move your baby father in a nice house, you feel me? Not the whole family. Not even that, because a grown man should be out there working and getting it, to be honest. Personally, a grown man, as a man, shit don't come to you, like, you have to go get it. Like, as a woman, it's easy. Shit come to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard for a man, no matter what color you are. You have to go get it. That being said, see you when I see y'all. Love y'all. Make sure I give you your thumbs up. Make sure y'all share this video, like it. See y'all when y'all see y'all. If y'all new, let's ride, nigga.